Mazazizo Alzazazela.
1 hour later.
Hey guys, welcome to our channel, All Things Talk
And everything else in between.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Guys, welcome again to another fruitful episode of All Things Talk, where we're basically just talking about the uncomfortable truths. So today, on our channel, we're basically talking about the current state of our youth in South Africa. So if you are from South Africa, then you probably know what the state of the youth is right now. But we will be obviously talking more about that. And as you can see, we are at a different venue. But I'll let my friend tell you more about that.
Yes, and guys, don't mind the outback music,
The background music.
the background music or the background sound. We're obviously shooting outside today, so there is going to be a bit of interference.
Yes, there will be.
But yeah, we just want to chat about the state of the youth in South Africa. We all know that we are somewhat unhappy with the state of the youth in South Africa. The youth being the majority of people in South Africa.
Yeah, if you're between the ages of 18 and 35, you are a youth, my friend.
Yes.
Let me tell you.
And now we know that we're faced with unemployment, lack of skills, and so forth. And we have to deal with that. I mean, I know that it depends on how we contribute to the economy.
Yeah.
But then again, also, how are we getting help from our government?
Yeah.
You know?
More than anything. Because, I mean, you look at what's currently happening in our current state. State. Oh, thanks, state. In our country right now, guys, like, I don't want to lie, the most impoverished and the group Batu, they live in South Africa that are not receiving enough opportunities are the youth. And the reason I'm saying that is because the youth itself are the future of our country. And if they don't receive enough opportunities or get developed, so if they don't get those opportunities right now, then you're looking at a society adults that are not informed, that don't have knowledge, that don't have skills, that don't have all of those. Just as you look at right now, our parents are the ones that were fighting, apartheid and all of that, and our society is filled with those people who were exiled and so forth, and they still have that mentality. Part of the reason why we're not actually growing as a society, because they're still enforcing those same things that was happening back in the apartheid era. They want to bring that to today, and unfortunately we're in the fourth industrial revolution, so we can't necessarily incorporate that in this day and age. So it becomes a bit difficult, especially because you look at, I mean, if you are a young person going through unemployment, you try to start a business and you knock on doors, no door gets answered. You try to look for a job, you don't get jobs. You know what I mean? You find yourself in a very sticky situation, in a very awkward corner, that now you ask yourself, what am I supposed to do from here? You know, it's very unfortunate actually when you look at the current state of our youth right now. It's very unfortunate.
And I feel like also this topic came about because we're moving out of Youth Month and going into Mandela Month, right? So we know that Youth Month comes once a year, but the youth live every day.
Yes.
So that is one thing that we also just want to touch on, is that every activity that is happening to help uplift or empower or develop young people does not need to last only for 1 month.
Yes.
Because there are 365 days in a year where a young person would be dealing with depression because they are unemployed. They'll be dealing with suicidal thoughts because they're getting bullied at school because they probably don't know maths, but they're really good with creative arts. But then again, it comes back to the opportunities that are being given or the opportunities that are made available to us, to empower us, especially young Black youth. Yeah. Because then again, the suicidal rates are increasing. The unemployment rate is very high. As much as Stats SA has come back and told us that the percentages have decreased, but we know that unemployment is on the rise. Yes. We are young people.
We are the young people.
We went through retrenchment. Yes. We went through unemployment. Right now, we started our own businesses because we like, well, if I can't find a job, why not start my own business?
Yes.
I've got the skills, I've got the talent,
Yeah.
I've got the qualifications. Should that be needed
Yes.
anywhere? And I mean, that's all about. I mean, young. Yeah. Anyway,
I mean,
I'm getting all emotional about this topic. So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna
I
stop.
think part of the reason why my friend is getting emotional is because we are the youth right now. You know, as we actually are taking this footage right now or this content right now, we are the youth. We are the same people that are actually being affected by this same thing that we are discussing right now. The same thing. Look, the topic right now that is you know at hand. It's the very topic that affects us as the youth, because here we are. We got retrenched. Here we are. We're starting a business. We're still hitting, like we knock on doors and the doors are not opening.
Another thing that I like that you touched on was that young people of way back when were fighting against apartheid. Us as young people today have our own challenges.
Yes.
And we were actually having a chat about how young people actually were so what do they call it again? Radical.
Yes,
They were so radical
radical.
in changing whatever was happening back then.
Back
right?
then.
Of which, for us being radical, somewhat isn't really constitutional.
No.
But then again, they are the NYDAs of this world,
Yes.
of which young entrepreneurs can go to and apply, get funding, get somebody to help you with a business plan
Yes.
and so forth. I mean, there are bursaries that are out there, there are scholarships that are out there. Unfortunately, access of information is also a big issue right now.
Thank you, my friend.
So most of the things that
Yes.
we're dealing with right
Yes.
now is the fourth industrial revolution.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We know that Africa is not so digitalized,
No.
which makes it difficult for young people in Africa to advance.
Yeah, we're still in the third industrial revolution, guys. We haven't adapted to the fourth industrial revolution.
Another issue is unemployment.
Yes.
Unemployment, obviously, okay, maybe not obvious, but some of the factors that create unemployment.
It's obvious to us South Africans.
Yeah. But some of the factors that contribute to unemployment is lack of skill, lack of commitment,
Yes.
lack of passion.
Yes.
But then again, poverty
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
contributes to
Yeah.
unemployment.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if I'm in poverty, get a CV.
Guys, poverty is, I think more than anything, guys, it's like building a house. You cannot build a house without foundation.
Yeah.
And poverty is at the foundation of the youth of South Africa. And the reason why I'm saying that is that, yes, some people obviously are going to say, some of you guys watching this from home, at home, you're probably going to say, no, in our countries, we also have the same thing, you know, poverty and so forth. But in South Africa, don't forget we had apartheid. And even after that, we were not accommodated as the youth of South Africa. That is now adults.
20
They
plus
are
years
adults.
later.
They are adults now. Our parents were not catered for, and our parents do not know how to cater for us. So how do they then break a generational curse that they were never taught how to break? Because you look at right now, if you were to go to your parent right now, in the youth of South Africa, if you were to go to your parent and ask them about businesses, our parents are not so savvy in terms of business. We are the savvy. And I was telling my friend this other day exactly, they're going to tell you about going to school. They're going to tell you about going to school, being a doctor, an engineer. They're going to tell you about that, and they forget the same person that you are working for is an entrepreneur. You are working for someone who decided to start a business for themselves. So yes, some of them actually there were businesses in their family, and they basically carried on from where their family started. But our parents were not educated enough in terms of skills. How do you go? How do you build something for yourself? How do you create something for yourself? How do you create employment? We were actually taught how to be an employee. We were taught how to work for someone. We were taught, you need to basically make sure that there's food on the table. Not that when money in our society comes, it does not go in the pocket. It goes to the mouth. We live from hand to mouth. We don't live from hand to pocket. Then from pocket, you're like, okay, fine, I've got some money. Let me actually buy myself. No, we don't. We actually living to make ends meet. So if we, 28 years later, we're still living in that same mentality, what are we then saying to our kids? Because we have kids right now. What do we then say to our kids? Is there a better future for our kids? You know what I mean? So more than anything, Mina, what I'm trying to highlight from this, the current state of our youth in our country, and going into Mandela Month, considering the fact that Mandela was the one who was the face of the whole apartheid era ending and so forth, how do we then, as the youth ourselves, create the change that we want to be? This is something that my friend mentioned earlier on a previous video, that how do we become the change we want to see? We cannot begin to become the change we want to see by simply doing what our parents have been doing. And our parents, remember, the same people that, and I'm not saying anything bad about our parents. They themselves, unfortunately, found themselves in a very awkward position because they didn't know. They didn't
know better.
Yes.
I mean, our parents didn't know better.
Yes, they didn't.
And privilege now we can, or some of us
Yes.
can access information.
Yes.
If you've got a smartphone, you can access information.
Yes.
However, library, you can access
Yes.
information. However, where your municipality is, you can get information.
Yes.
If you know who your ward member, committee, and so forth is, then you'll be able to get information. Going back to the Bayadi connections, people always complain and say, I mean, anginamsebenzi because anginama connections. Ekugcineni ama connections uyazenzela. Yeah, like we attend events that are youth. What's this? That focuses on youth, right?
Yes.
And that is where you network and make
Thank
those
you.
connections.
Yes.
So if your government or your municipality create abalidi event ko community nya and also attend, how the hell do you think you're going to get connected or network? These things are created so that utokona ho network. Yes, we complain about access to information.
Yes.
But then again, logona ignorance ya rona ke yona e re kwallang di channel. Hanka re sheba nnete ya di nnete.
That's true.
And rona as young people, we are vibrant, we are here, we want to change things and so forth. But then again, we need to get off this laziness thing.
Yeah.
Because happy life has a group assignment.
No,
you know,
it's not.
So when you decide as a young person, what do you want?
Yeah.
And then how do you decide go for it.
Yeah.
You're the only person that can stand in your way.
More than anything, you the person, like, you can either make or break your life.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna make excuses for the things that are not happening the way you want them to happen, it's on you, unfortunately. Yes, you can blame when you grew up in a poverty-stricken, area.
In a poverty-stricken.
And right now, who are they? Where are they? Because
there are people that are millionaires.
Yes.
And billionaires.
Yes. Yes.
But
thank you.
It's
the
possible.
Opportunity. You need to create the opportunities for yourself. And more than anything, I think I remember we actually spoke to this. His name is Tepo. He's he's one of the community leaders. You know, he's also involved in just economically developing the economy in one of our wards. And he mentioned, and I asked him, actually not that he mentioned, I asked him, Kare, whenever you are doing these events, how do you get
communicate
it to the ground?
Yeah, how do you communicate
with
the
how do you communicate with an 18-year-old who does not have a phone, who it's government hospital, and they don't have internet or resources, or just enough resources for them to actually access the internet? And to my surprise, Liana self, he was intrigued by that question as to how they get there. Because Liana, in his sense, he took it horazaking. The fact that we are posting it on social media, the fact that it is available on all government properties.
Hence, it goes back to what I was saying. How Sama library, which is a government property,
Yes.
Utatola information.
Yes.
How yako maspale,
Yes.
as a government property, utatola information.
Yes.
I mean, I remember Haneki so now you go Ward 52, right? And I know for a fact, Hakiako maspale, go office in the maspal.
Notice board.
Notice board in your board. So entrepreneurship,
What is Z83? You fill in the Z83 form. Yes.
So guys, it's not that okay. And I go back and I go back to this. Okay, there's lack of access to information.
Yeah.
But then again, ignorance ya rona hape le yona ke yona e re kwallang di channel. So young people, inform yourselves. Linale social media. In social media for good reasons. For the good reasons. For social media by post
data. When you guys get data, what do? And when you go on Facebook to go check up on, to go stalk people. You go on Facebook,
and then you post.
Yes, or post this episode. Late post to the ing. Late post to elsewhere. I no bare food on the table. How's about you actually go on City of Ogurleni, Kapo City of Tshwane, Kapo City of Johannesburg, Kapo City of what? O check more. What do they have?
And then you post a late post.
Yes, and here's what's now for me, ne? And guys, we're not sponsored by City of Ekurhuleni or any government or any municipality. No, we're speaking. This is our voice. Now, guys, what I'd like to say to you guys is that it's so important to prioritize, guys. Prioritize. Also, be fela hore ha ke reka data enana ke a tseba okay fine ke tlo romela di vacancy ke tlo romela di CV tsa ka ke romela di CV tsa ka tse 10 and then ke check mo ko di ko LinkedIn batho like guys re tseba data hore ke eng but ha re tsebe dintho tse tshwana le bo LinkedIn
mara ha data e ya ko library o ye ha maspa
and dintho tse di mahal guys. You don't have to pay for it. Whatever it is that you receive from government, it's not paid for. So if you're looking for a job and you don't know the vacancies, go to any government building or government facility and ask them where do they post their vacancies. How are businesses supposed to be vacancies? And guys, in this day and age that we're currently living in, you cannot still have a hard copy of your CV and going to a company and say, I'm looking for a job.
And another thing,
we are living in the digital world. You need to have a digital copy of your CV and send it.
What if one of them has a smartphone? Library. But then library is not digital. You go there physically.
How create a CV? We create a guy. How we create the internet cafe? Internet cafe have a digital.
But that is an internet cafe. Go library mahala se bisa computer.
Okay, go computer more. How we tola how go tola digital copy go library tsala.
We send like email. But what I'm saying is that
always go.
No, but what I'm asking is, what if muthu hana smartphone? Phela ba untso na batho ba ileng hore ba sebedisa di phone tse seng di smartphone right now.
You don't have to have a smartphone to create a CV. You just go to the library. You ask the lady or whoever it is, the librarian. Ask
no, you said create your CV and then carry it as a digital copy. I guess. So what I'm asking is, what if muthu
I'm not saying carry it on your smartphone if you don't have a smartphone. Keep it on your email address.
Yeah.
Keep it on your email address. And every day go to the library. Every day, guys. Honaldi platforms guys go interneting.
So yeah, guys, as much as we are like we're getting so emotional about this topic because rebacha and rabona hore na matata a ho guy in our country and the matata a ho guy ho rona as batho ba bacha as well. And we would like to change this. I mean, there is so much potential, not just for allegation, but everywhere. I mean, the rural areas, licomacationing and so forth, but then there's so much potential ho rona bacha. And hape e ya ka rona hore na rona re kgetha ho etsang ka seo se re fueng sona.
That is true.
Whether you have a smartphone or not, it's still possible hore o thole information ha o ka ya go di departmenting tse itseng. And if let's say now you feel suicidal or depressed, o ka kgona gore mohlomong o ye kerekeng o thole di counselors. Hona di kereke tse leng hore di na le di counselors that are trained that can help counsel you. Ke mahala. You don't have to kill yourself because ha o thole mosebetsi. You don't have to like fall into depression o thole so sa tsebe gore na o ye kae how it's halang because hona di departments tse leng hore o ka ya ho tsona ska NYDA which can give you guidance and direction and so forth wa bona.
So data e ya library.
Exactly.
Just ya library ka post gele di gele tsa no se di na le di Wi-Fi bona
o tsama bilo connect for technical.
It's like probably some of you guys have seen a lot of people looking back. They're sitting on like the gates at the schools and they're so close to the school, or maybe like a mall. They're sitting, against the wall, the gate, and they on their phones. That's because they they're hotspotting or they're getting that free Wi-Fi. If you can do, if unale pride, then unfortunately, hey, sit in your comfort zone.
You. Unale pride, you baska abas
At least mina pride yakho.
But yeah, young people, I mean, there's so much that we can
do.
A lot. There's so much that we can say.
They really
but yeah, we just wanted to touch upon those topics that are really
more than anything.
And I mean, if you have something to share it with us, commenting, subscribe, like our channel, and let's just have a conversation. I mean, June, July, like young people are present, they are here 365 days a year. So the challenges are every day. So yeah, if Lenaldi solution sherang. How na le mosebetsi? Another thing. Hi be mo mosebetsang teng. Ba fana ka mosebetsi na le vacancy. Ha o no sha motho a modimo. Ka o sherele mogotsi wa hao, mogotsi ba batla batho. Mara o ba se ka shera mogotsi wa hao o lazy ne, o sa batla mosebetsi because o tla kenya masepe.
Never. I know you. I know you. Not everyone. I know you. That person looking shoe fits you. I know you. You thinking no. Mogotsi tla fitla mona mfete.
Yeah.
Ra gola o dutse mo you like bang ke ba jetse bo mang.
And hape re na le ntwela ya hore
o kwala di channel mo ke.
And hape re na le ntwela hape ya hore batho batho ba khale vele ne ba lwana ba le jwang ba le jwang le gona we are fighting as much as re sa lwane physically ula ka bona hona tse batho ba barricade le ditrata ho nona le event ya youth e tlo thusang youth hore e khone hore ke se ebe empowered and so forth and I believe hore hape batho ba ne ba barricade le ditrata ke youth
ke bona ba ba hlokang tsona di opportunities tseo
di event tse ne ntse re di tsamaya tse ba fana ka transport ya mahala and so forth you can just go there o address batho ba important ba fitla mo I mean ho fitla bo di minister ho fitla bo di mayor ho fitla like important people that you can chat to and talk to and try to get insight ya hore na bophelo ba ka ke bolukisa jwang
how can I develop it yes and batho ba not like ba fitla ka di VIP ha ba tshwarele they not accessible no Go to events in China. This is where they get to actually mingle with the community, so that Libona self, you know, as it's not like you wake up one day and you're just the minister of something or you're the MMC. You started somewhere. No, Libona self, they were one of us, so they still need us to tell them what's happening on the ground. Since now they're at that position, they still need us to tell them what's happening on the ground. So if we're wait see how to on our way here, video mo. One of the people like, hi, what's that video? And I'm thinking, here you are, busy or something to be heard.
Yes,
but yet you don't want people to take footage of you to show the world what you are saying. So therefore, you want to be heard, but you still don't. It's like you want to be heard, but you don't want to be heard.
But anonymous.
Like
anonymous.
How?
Because the military wena uskhombuzo wathokoza and grantelang your disgruntled wa xxx
and I think in Tshapamba Twabanga ke yona ntene ya bompimpi ban.
Hey, I'm gonna be a snitch. Hey,
I don't want to be a snitch. Anyway,
but in closing, Mkhotsi, okay, what advice do you want to give to young people?
What's more than anything, I think this is advice that I would have liked to be given by someone nearly youthy back when I was, or older, when I was slightly younger than I am right now. Because I mean,
advice, girl.
So my advice
of course, Lebu is gonna go off the rails.
So guys, my advice to you is fetch your life, babes. No one will give you your life. Fetch your life. No one owes you anything.
Fetch your life.
Your parents brought you into this life. They don't owe you anything. You need to fetch your own life in order for you to get whatever it is. You dream alone of those things that you want in life. So why is it that when you have to now act in terms of getting your dreams, now you want people to be involved in your dreams? No one was involved. You were alone in that. So and in actual fact, guys, you cannot dream or think of something that you cannot do. As people, impossible means I'm possible.
Ooh, I'm possible, babe.
Yes.
I'm possible, baby.
Yes, baby. My friendship.
So, that advice that I have for young people is that be passionate. Be passionate about bophelo ba hao. Ane, be passionate about your life as much or much. You've got all the energy in the world to do everything o batlang ho etsa. Oska emela ntlo bo tsofala.
No.
And then commit. How is that something? Commit to it. You will see at the end of the day, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, commitment ya how ke yone to change bophelo ba hao. Understand? Whether ke ho bala, ke business, ke skolo, ke career or whatnot, commit.
You will
have passion. O tla itebuwa. Yes. And then another thing happen, guys, utilize the government departments that we have, because we do not utilize them as much as we need to.
Yes.
And then at the end, strike, protest, government but then are utilizing the departments that the information that we need or are trying to help us. And again, guys, let's go. That's another like advice from me. We all somewhat depressed, going through the most.
Everyone is going through. You're not the only person.
If you feel depressed, if you feel suicidal, get help.
Contact us. So come on now, we'll talk to you. It's fine.
We'll find you help.
Yeah.
Yes,
Sadak.
Yeah, re tla share the contacts that thing on this video.
Platform, yes.
Yeah, and then le tla khona at least le tsebe go contact mang jwang.
Where to go.
And please, guys, I mean, there's so much that we still need to do as youth ya South Africa. There is so much. So I'm also thinking about my kids. Next, you know, but mama
Yeah,
Why,
because I mean, to this day, nathi siyacabanga ukuthi hayi man abazali bethu kahle bebenzani
Hey,
besesebancane.
so Mandela
your
Kibao,
kids- yes.
balalwana baetsa.
Yes.
Ba sharp, bana ba bona ba sharp.
Where were our
Rona batswadi ba
parents?
rona ne ba le kae?
Yeah, where were they?
Ne ba robetse. I mean, rona batswadi ba rona ba holetse bo thokoza mo ne ba thunyana teng e le ntho
So
tse
we know
ngata
what they
ngata.
were doing.
You know?
Yes, maybe that's something you should ask your parent.
Yeah.
Or an uncle or an
Don't
aunt
do that.
or ugogo. Ask them what were they doing when they maybe you could get inspired. Maybe you could get inspired from it. Maybe you could even inspire an Olden or a golden Olden.
Yeah,
in
but
the
guys,
days.
let's be the change we want to see in this world. Like that.
More than anything.
That I feel like it'll phela le rona
Yeah.
until re be re losha. Let's be the change that we want to see in this world.
And it
Ha re
takes
sa
one-
etse next.
It takes one
Nothing is gonna
person
happen.
at a time, guys. It's not a matter of
And one day at a time.
You have to be 10,000 people watching.
Yeah.
No, they don't. You don't have to have 10,000 people watching. One person at a time.
Yes.
It's all because guess what? That person will tell another. You get.
And a little thing. Matsatsi a hao a nke se tshwane snening o tlo sebetsa o bone ka reng wa pusha snening wa pusha mara wa bona gore man ha o pushe don't give up pusha don't give up
Yeah.
so it can happen to re batlang go jetsa batjha gore guys passion, commitment, be the change you want to see in this world. Sebenza girl, sebenza boy.
Pusha panda pray, pusha panda pray,
Yeah.
pusha panda pray, sebenza girl, sebenza boy.
And then if unalibo misebetsi and the leadership, scholarships, bursaries and other opportunities, please share on our comment section so that libana bana ba bang ba kgone ho tseba hore na re ka ba ka kgona hore ba qape
Matter of fact, actually, I think you guys saw this on our previous video. I mentioned that when we were unemployed, because we got retrenched around about the same time. When we got retrenched, this a friend of mine right here, I'ma post.
So let's do the same. Do the same.
I think actually, you know what I'm gonna name? Let's be the change we want to see. You know what we'll do, ne? Because Tinas is savvy in the internet, we'll try as much as we possibly can. Whatever vacancies that we do actually see, we'll post them on our pages. So do make sure to go on our social media pages and watch out. We'll actually, whatever post that we see, we will actually repost it or share it or whatever it is. Like we will put it on our platform.
We're here for y'all.
You know what? Instead of us
Lovers.
reposting, regurgitating content on YouTube on social media, we'll actually do that. We'll create that as part of our content because already it's something we do amongst ourselves. So why not just add post on our Facebook food, because we already share it on our personal Facebook page.
Mara wa tlamehile re ba spoon feed.
You know what, ne? Ngizonikhulumela.
Wa tlamehile re le jetsitse gore le kae?
Ngiyakhulumela
No, sibatshele ukuthi baye kuphi. Nisintshele ukuthi niye kuphi.
So Rachel, okay guys, please do make sure subscribe to our channel, guys.
Yes.
This is All Things Talk and everything else
in between.
Guys, we're talking about the uncomfortable truth. As you can see, Namhlanje, we're not favoring anybody. We are favoring ourselves as well as our group.
I don't think we are also favoring ourselves either. No.
My friend. Like Lalela, guys, we just want to be the change we want to see more than anything. And a little now we're not perfect. We just, like yourself, and we just want to be the voice of the voiceless. Because
by the way, we also starting over. We're rebuilding ourselves.
We are building.
Yes. And how do we like?
As if we are professionals
or whatever.
We got on lockdown.
No. Depression and so forth. We've been through that.
Yes.
But we pushed through. And like as strong. Hence why you can go to a church and get counseling. And get counseling. Those are free.
Yes.
I understand.
Yes. So we are being your voice. When now you're sitting at home and you aren't able to talk about this, we are being your voice. We are simply being your beacon of hope. So
you think
you
this is All Things Talk and everything else in between.
Do make sure to subscribe, hit that subscribe button, like,
comment
this video to make sure that YouTube actually shares and you know what, it shares us and it shows everybody that this content right here is the content they should be working. Anyway guys, we need to leave here. Anyway,
bye.
We love you.
Okay, cool.
Oh guys,
so
the sun is we are sun kissed, as you can see, guys. Welcome to All Things Talk. You should tell me.